In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the burn tool, which is underneath the dodge tool. Again, the shortcut key is O, and if you need to get between the different tools, you can hit Shift and O, and you can cycle between all the tools that are listed there. The burn tool is the one that looks kind of like a hand pinching something or holding something by the finger and thumb. So we click on the burn tool. Again, I can adjust the size of the brush. I'm going to make sure my exposure is at about 50% for now. Again, I can make adjustments to this depending on how dark or light I wanted it. Shadows, midtones, highlights, I'm going to leave it at midtones. Again, you can affect more specific areas, but I'm going to leave it at midtones. Make sure I'm on my dodge and burn layer, and then I'm just going to kind of click and drag on here, and you'll notice it starts to get just a little bit darker. I'm going to go around the outside here. I don't need to darken it up a ton. I just kind of want to make it a little bit darker so it's not calling as much attention to itself, so that the light is more on my subject's face rather than the background. And again, if I look at this, I can actually see what I'm doing to the layer. And if I wanted to go again, if I want it to be a little bit darker, again, I might bring this down to maybe a 20%, and you notice that I can make those adjustments, and I come back over here and I can see those adjustments being made. So again, I can see what's happening all throughout. Turn those layers back on, and I think I'm going to stick with that. This looks pretty good, and notice if I turn this off, we're going to go back to the original. You'll see the original picture. See how much his face is lost in the shadow and the shade there. But if I turn this off, or turn this layer back on, sorry, I brought him out a little bit more and darkened that background, and it doesn't look unnatural. So that's how you use the dodge and burn tools. Help darken up some of the background, you can help brighten up some of the faces. Make sure you create a dodge and burn layer by option clicking that new layer, and then it's all non-destructive. So if I ever messed up on something, I can always go back and I could paint the neutral gray back in, and that would get rid of some of those areas. Or I can always brighten up the image by going back to the dodge tool. So that's how you use the burn tool.